My name is Kwabena Chencheniboti. Many thanks for joining us here on News Desk. Our very first story this hour, and two justices of the High Court have been dismissed after they were caught on tape taking bribes to prevent the course of justice. Justice Kofi Esau-Mensah and Justice Francis Opoku can no longer serve on the bench after President Mahama accepted recommendations by a Chief Justice Committee set up to probe a petition filed by investigative journalist Anas Aremeyaw. Anas, or my colleague Fred Smith, has been following up on this very issue. He has a lot more on that very statement that was released by the Judicial Council a while back, and he's now joining me in studio with the very latest from that very statement, as well as some extracts of what really the statement contains. So Fred Smith is now joining me in studio with those details now. And Fred, many thanks, Jonathan. Let's first start off with, I'm speaking of Justice Francis K. Poku. What is he alleged to have done?
Well, in this statement issued by the Judicial Secretary, it says that the two justices of the High Court, Justice Kofi Esau-Mensah and Justice Francis K. Poku, they have been asked to go home. They've been removed. It takes effect on the 19th of April, that's 2 days ago, and the President, in a letter dated April 12, accepted the recommendations of their removal from office by the committee set up by the Chief Justice to investigate the petition from Anas Aremeyaw, Anas of Tiger IPI, for their removal on grounds of stated misbehavior. And the committee was established by the Chief Justice in accordance with some articles in the Constitution after she had determined that a prima facie case had been established against the two. So I tell you why the issues around Justice Francis K. Poku, then we look at the others. Francis Poku is a second petition for his removal, went to the Chief Justice and was submitted to the President by the Judicial Council on October 29, 2015, and it was on grounds of stated misbehavior as well and incompetence following complaints about his failure to sit regularly as a justice of the High Court at the High Court in Bolgatanga. The committee, after its investigation into the petition by Anas Aremeyaw Anas, found that Justice Francis Poku had engaged in ex parte discussion with agents of Anas Aremeyaw Anas of Tiger IPI in respect of the case Wabejua Bezliem versus Kapunga Kunipwa. It's pardon me for the names. Contrary to 3 Clause 7 of the Code of Conduct for Judges and Magistrates of Ghana. And for Justice Esau-Mensah, the reason is stated behavior, simply so.
Okay, so these two have been dismissed as things stand now, and you're saying it took effect on April 19th. That's 2 days ago.
2 days ago, exactly.
Okay, do we know whether or not they are even contesting this? These two persons?
It's not clear yet. This statement was released only last night, so it will take a while for us to know if they are contesting it, and that will take some time, maybe today or so.
So this brings to what number exactly? The number of High Court judges that have been dismissed as far as this judicial corruption expose is concerned?
Well, it brings the total number to 22. Let me give you a background, because 32 magistrates and circuit court judges were implicated in all in the Anas investigation, and 20 were sacked in December, according to a statement from the Judicial Secretary. So 20 of them went home at the time. Some of them are contesting, others are not. They were dismissed for violating provisions of the Constitution, according to the committee that was set up by the Chief Justice to investigate the claims by Anas Aremeyaw Anas. 14 were dismissed without benefits. 4 others were dismissed.
And you are speaking of the magistrates?
Yeah, the magistrates and judges altogether. So it brought the number to 22, all those who were dismissed, some with benefits, others without benefits. In December last year, the Judicial Council also made it clear that in that same statement dismissing them, that 2 other judges whose identities were being withheld or action on them had been put on hold, they were going to announce what happens to them later, because they had not been able to serve them with notices of what they've done. So we were waiting for them. It's taken about 4 months for the Chief Justice to be able to furnish them, and the President...
So these are the other 2?
Yeah, it's not clear whether these are the other 2, but I mean, we were expecting them to announce 2 others who were also implicated in the scandal to be dismissed from the judicial service.
Okay. I know maybe this may be a bit of a stretch, but we do know that Justice Derry and Mr. Habib Logo and a few others went to court on this very issue. Do we know the outcome of that very case?
Well, they're still in court challenging the processes. I mean, you know the legal procedure. It takes a while for it to be resolved.
True. All right. Fred, many thanks for your time on News Desk. And that was my colleague Fred Smith bringing us updates on that very situation. He brought us extracts of that statement by the Judicial Council that seems to suggest that, well, 2 more High Court judges, that's Justice Kofi Esau-Mensah and Justice Francis Kepoku, have also been dismissed and they've been removed from office, and it actually took effect on April 19, that's 2 days ago, over the alleged involvement in some bribery scandal. According to the association, is actually the Judicial Council has actually brought disrepute to the profession. We are keeping our eyes on this and be bringing a lot more, particularly seeing that a few of these judges have had to contest this very decision to dismiss them. But let's now move to the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, because we are told now that staff of that hospital are demonstrating this morning. They are set to demonstrate this morning to demand the dismissal of the Chief Executive Officer of the hospital, Dr. Gilbert Bako. Now, the staff say they want the CEO of the hospital sacked. Raymond Akwa is a man on the ground. He's joining me on phone now with details of what is gathered so far at Korle Bu. Raymond, good morning. Many thanks for joining us. So what's the situation at Korle Bu as we speak?
So we understand that they will soon be starting this particular demonstration. What we are told is that, the people have gathered here in anticipation of the mammoth rally around the most important streets within this particular hospital. That is what the understanding is. I see security officials, I see police vans already parked here, but we were led around virtually every unit within the hospital to try and galvanize last-minute attempts people to join this particular demonstration. We couldn't pick up anybody, but when we got to the final ends of this particular one, we saw people at the old mortuary, the main mortuary of Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, with police officers and also some members of the Senior Staff Association gathered here. So they say it will start in some 10 minutes from now. And what we also do know is what we are told earlier on, that there's been some attempts to frustrate this particular demonstration. The attempts in the way of writing to senior officers and heads of departments about their, involvement, and that they risk being sanctioned if they participated in this particular exercise. What I see happening here is a few of them gathered for that particular exercise. So that's what's actually happening here.
Raymond, all they are telling us now is that they just want the Chief Executive Officer of the hospital sacked. What reasons do they give for making such a demand? What has he done wrong?
They say he failed to perform and to an excellent level. The kind of participation they wanted from a man of his caliber, that he failed to live up to expectation, and that under his tenure, the institution has run down rather than being improved. So that is what they are saying.
Are these not similar sentiments we heard about the two previous? I was asking whether or not these are not the same concerns we had about the 2 former chief executive officers of this very same hospital.
Similar, but some differ anyway. It depends on which crime they think they have committed in which department, but collectively, it's the same call against the way they are running the institution.
Okay, so Raymond, tell us about what you see at the hospital now. This action by these senior staff, has it in any way affected healthcare delivery?
Very little. I saw the entrance of this particular unit right through to the, mortuary, where the event is happening. The only place that seems to be activity by the senior staff is here at the mortuary. Beyond that, every single part of this institution is still functioning the way it ought to function.
So I believe you have been speaking to some of these senior staff who are poised on this very action, this demonstration of theirs. What more have they been saying?
Hello?
Raymond, I'm asking of what more the senior staff have been saying as far as this very demonstration is concerned.
Very little. They are now gathering for the main event, so They've not said much as we speak.
Okay, right. Raymond, many thanks for that update. We'll be coming back to you in a little while for a lot more. And that was my colleague Raymond Akwa joining us from the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, where we are told that some senior staff in that very hospital are planning on a demonstration. They are getting ready to begin a demonstration. Their reason is simple. They want the Chief Executive Officer of the hospital, Dr. Gilbert Buckle, sacked. We'll be bringing you a lot more, plus some live visuals as well from the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. But away from that now, and the Accra Region Police Command has assured authorities of the Achimota School they've assured the authorities of the school of increased police patrols on the campus as a measure to ward off criminal activities there. The school authorities and residents had raised concerns crime had gone up in the area and that they were living in fear. Now, it followed the discovery of dead bodies in the area and brazen attempts by some persons to encroach on the school's lands.
Vast land belonging to the school in the past decade has been threatened by encroachers and squatters with their illegal activities. Private developers, churches, and individuals have targeted the lands designated to meet the diverse needs of the school. According to school authorities, at least 5 bodies have been found in a part of the Achimota school compound, which has been encroached by squatters and state developers in less than 1 year under mysterious circumstances. Describing the situation as a security threat, headmistress of the school, Beatrice Adum, says the over 3,000 students and staff in the school currently live in fear. She called for immediate intervention from the police administration because the school is helpless in the fight.
If you don't have documents, you have no business being there. You don't have papers, so they cannot be there. With or without court restrictions, they cannot be there. But if we wait and say go to court, and this court system takes a long time, then they would have finished building. Then we say because they finished, we cannot demolish. It doesn't augur well for the entire nation. Recently, we've had a lot of murder cases. Just this academic year alone, we've had 5 murder cases on the compound. And one is still very active. Somebody has been murdered on the school compound. The body is in a terrible state of decomposition. And we are scared because we are taking care of children.
Aside that, the nuisance caused by the churches around also affects teaching and learning. Some parents and residents also shared similar concerns.
Well, I feel threatened, and I believe every parent must feel threatened as well as the school, which is why we have sent letters to the Ministry of Education to have the place walled.
Okay, we feel very bad because we don't have a lot of security around us because people are complaining, snatching bags and things.
These cases were recorded. In fact, it disturbs us a lot in our community.
The Accra Region Police Commander, who has been meeting school authorities and some residents of Achimota, is assuring them of an increased police presence. COP George Dampari, however, disagreed that 5 bodies have been found in the school compound in less than a year.
We were cautious about the use of the word murder. Issue of such deaths that have come to our attention are 2. The one that we are currently witnessing, and the second one, which was an alleged hanging by an individual hanging himself, is the issues that have come up. And we said that the past 2.5 years, we've seen about 6 of them. But the important thing is this: the other issues of somebody probably stopping somebody, which is a purely separate criminal thing that has been handled. About 3 that has come to the attention. All those things are being investigated in accordance with an issue of murder. We are going to walk the community, and I've given instructions to the command at the level and also the divisional command, and also the region. I myself and my team will come around, and especially Achimota Forest itself, to see what actually is there that we can work on to improve security, working with any stakeholder whose responsibility is to keep the forest. We are also going to increase the patrols, especially we know that people come there to have all sort of activities conducted, and also those people who are probably trespassing lands of Achimota School and any other one that we think that is a criminal thing that we need to look at it. I've consulted with my crime officer who will deal with our legal office and see what is it that we can do to deal with it in a manner that will bring sanity in the area.
Matilda Pumaga for Joy News, Accra.
Meanwhile, the Accra Regional Police Command has begun a community outreach program in Accra to interact with residents over issues bordering on peace and security. Accra Regional Commander COP George Dampare made his first stop at Echimota to interact with the chief and opinion leaders in the community, assuring them of increased police presence.
So this whole idea of community police engagement model is to ensure that we bring the supply-driven methods and the demand-driven methods to a center so that we fuse the two together in order to achieve better results. And we feel that achieving better results and bringing everybody on board will continue to make our country safe, the metropolis safe, and by extension the country and Ghana will continue to be envy of the world. And it's a sustainable program, like I said, myself spending the whole day in the community, and thereafter my divisional commander for the area also spending the whole day in the community at a future date to assess the work that we've done on the issues that we've agreed on and moving forward in order to keep improving. The important thing is that this will not take anything away from what we are doing already. The patrols are ongoing, both by uniform and plainclothes people that people cannot see. Where we need to put people in various intersections are also being done, with the visibility people also at the various points. So this is in addition to what is currently going on. By now, beyond we doing all what we are doing, we are bringing the community on board and engaging them in a way that will help us to improve upon what we are doing. And where, after engaging with the community, as we are doing today, we need to change probably where we are patrolling or spend more time at one particular location instead of the other, we will do that. Where we have to bring in more patrol, move resources from a place that is not needed now to where it is needed, we will do that. So it's all about strategizing to make maximum use of the resources that we have and getting everybody on board and building the necessary confidence with the public so as for them to be able also to come forward, and more importantly, the thing that we need most to solving crime, sharing information in the form of intelligence, and for us to move on it and do that. And I know it is going to happen. And you were talking about sustainability, and I've shared with you that this is not an individual project, even though it's an initiative by an individual at the regional level. It's going to be incorporated in our things that we do in such a way that everybody will get on board.
Well, COP Dampare says the initiative will be replicated in the 14 divisions in the region to help combat crime. You're still watching News Desk here on your Joy News channel on Multi TV. We are taking another break. We'll be back shortly with some more. Don't go away.